Hello and welcome back to My Mom's Basement, but another From the Top Rope edition of My Mom's Basement. I hesitate to say emergency From the Top Rope edition. This doesn't necessarily feel like an emergency episode, but we're here to recap the wrestling week, I guess, because people have been asking for it, Jared. After that heel SmackDown Rock promo, I got my words all mixed up there. After that heel promo from The Rock on SmackDown, we got a couple tweets saying like, hey, is Carrabis available for media? We want to hear the boys in the basement. So welcome back to the show.
It's good to be here. I don't. It didn't it feel like after SmackDown went off the air that it was emergency worthy, but then like in the days, the fallout since it's kind of fizzled a little bit. I mean, it's simply only it's only an emergency if you think that The Rock did the L on purpose, which like that has to be intentional. There's no way The Rock doesn't know how to do it. You know, like it has
got
to
know how to do it. I think it was intentional.
Has to be intentional. So for that reason, I still think that, yeah, okay, like maybe it's not an emergency. It's not a 5-alarm fire, but like it's something that we got to talk about here.
Yeah, and that wasn't the only thing in the promo. There were a couple moments that people pointed out on Twitter when he's talking about you guys are the crybabies and everything. He kind of turns and points to Roman and the bloodline. And Roman said earlier in his promo, like, everything we say is of the utmost importance. Like, listen to every word we say. None of it is a mistake. And that all felt like them telling us, hey, read into this upcoming promo. And we've all been reading into it. You could break it down like it's the fucking Zapruder on Twitter at this point with all of the Rock turns and the Rock L and everything. I do think that was all on purpose. I love that we're able to break it down like this and dissect little things. But yeah, I think it was on purpose. I think The Rock is going to fucking screw Roman at Mania. And I don't think it's going to come from out of the blue. I think it's going to be like Solo tries to help him and The Rock, gets in on that and all that. But I think it was on purpose. Do you? You have to, right?
Yeah, it was on purpose. That's why like I'm pissed because like I was saying this whole time that I wanted the Bloodline Rock, and then I got the Bloodline Rock, and I was like, actually, no, I don't want this. I don't trust you. Like you're not one of us. Like you're a snake in the grass. I don't love that whatsoever. So now I'm sitting here thinking, what else did I miss? What else could we have been told that we didn't pick up on? Because the only other comparison really is like the White Rabbit with Bray Wyatt, where they really went in the weeds on that one, and they were telling us things without telling us things, and we really had to pay attention to figure out what was going on. But with this, I think he also like he pointed to them and he was like, you're gonna be like losers at WrestleMania. Or, like I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that you walk out a loser at WrestleMania. And he like pointed at Roman. So yeah, but so where my mind automatically goes is like with the White Rabbit and Bray Wyatt. I think we all kind of knew that it was, but they didn't like tell us right away. So like there was some mystery to it in the beginning. Whereas you point to the Cody Bobos, the Cody Crybabies, like there was such an internet backlash that they were forced to address it on the air. And there were the signs in the crowd, we want Cody. You had other performers tweeting, we want Cody. So it was almost like what we're used to as wrestling fans is wrestling happening on TV. And then we have our space over here to have conversations about it, like the internet and podcasts and whatever. But it's almost like a different dimension, right? Like the wrestling world is a different dimension that doesn't acknowledge us as people that are viewing and dissecting. Now we're in a place where they are acknowledging that like they're doing things that we're reacting to, and then they're reacting to our reactions. So I'm curious if they are going to like, if Roman is going to be like, what the fuck? Everyone keeps talking on Twitter and everything about this L that you did. Like, is he going to call him out on the L because of the reaction? Because like we're like in wrestling world, like we're supposed to believe that like Roman didn't see it, so he doesn't know. He didn't look at Twitter this week, and he didn't watch the tape back, so he didn't see it in the ring. So therefore, he doesn't know that it happened. Like The Rock's telling us that he's gonna screw over Roman, but Roman has no idea. But like we're in this reality era of professional wrestling where how does Roman, if he didn't see it in the ring, he sure as shit knows about it now because he checked his Twitter mentions. So, like, is he going to acknowledge it and call out The Rock?
I think he should, because I think that could also like be a bloodline type storyline when Sami Zayn was kind of in and he was out and he was in and out, and it was, do we trust him? Do we not trust him? Jay's giving him a weird look, or Jimmy's giving him a weird look the whole time. Like, I think you can play that into a very naturally fitting bloodline storyline. The other line from The Rock was like, I'm going to make sure, Cody, your story ends at WrestleMania because me and Roman, our story's just beginning. Everyone's like, well, ending the story is him beating Roman, and your story just begins. So that was all, if it wasn't on purpose, oh my God, it was the greatest coincidence of all time that all of these things lined up. I think it was on purpose, though. And I loved the whole promo from The Rock. I loved it from the moment he walked out in that vest that was inspired by the old $500 shirts he used to wear.
Mm-hmm.
I tweeted, his arms just can't contain those sleeves anymore, so he's got to make them vests. It is what it is. But the second he walked out in that, it was like, oh, he's back. He's really back. And heel Rock doing the, we set an attendance record tonight, a new record. There's 17,000 inbred hillbillies. And he went straight back to the Attitude Era, brought us all back there. I thought that was fucking great. I'm so here for heel Rock throughout WrestleMania season. I hope that the turn happens at WrestleMania. I think it will, because it looks like tag team match night 1. We're getting,
I don't know. I'm not convinced.
You're not?
I'm not. No, I'm not convinced.
Dude, the Super Bowl trailer gave it away.
It did, but it didn't. Like, they have 2 months to build to this. So just in kind of like having conversations with other wrestling fans about this, wouldn't it be super risky, given that, I mean, Seth Rollins right now is walking around in a knee brace? Like, you're going to have them go on night 1 and then risk your huge main event, like, of night 2. Like, everyone, like, it'd be cool to see the night 1 tag team, but like night 2, that match, when's the last time Roman had a match on back-to-back nights?
I couldn't even tell you. It would be risky, not only on Seth, but on Rock too.
When's the last time he competed in back-to-back weeks or months?
I have no idea. And obviously The Rock probably isn't going to have a match night 2, but you would imagine he's going to get involved. And he tore fucking every muscle off every bone in his body at WrestleMania 29. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, even on like Roman and Cody, anything can happen. It's wrestling. The fucking simplest shit sometimes will make you tear something. It's a lockup has made people fucking get hurt before. So it is risky, but that to me very much seems like the direction that they're going. They have the Elimination Chamber match for a shot at Seth's world title at WrestleMania. So I think he'll be working back-to-back nights. I think Cody and Roman, I think Rock will be the only one without a match on night 2.
I still think that there is a decent chance for a fatal 4-way.
Just a fatal 4-way?
You could make it like, yeah. I don't think that it's going to be like 2 nights. I think it's going to be, I think that there's a chance for the fatal 4-way. Because like in thinking about it, like, so I was in the same lockstep as you, where I'm just believing what we're being told. It's like,
yeah,
of course, like they're building to night 1 tag team, night 2 Cody Roman, but I think the risk is irresponsibly high for that type of show when you've already lost guys to, like, CM Punk to injury. Brock is gone for his shit. Like, it's like it's too risky to risk that main event on night 2. I feel like, especially with the names that are involved here. And I don't know that, like, what does the tag team do for the story? What does that match do for the story?
I think they'll probably do something to set up the Roman Rock breakup during the tag team match. And I guess it gives you that Rocky Apollo thing with Seth and Cody teaming up, them being on the same squad. And maybe it, not for the story, but maybe just for Rock and Seth, they could kind of take it easy.
So here's my next question. How do you have Cody go? Well, because then I guess the answer to that question is that Cody doesn't beat Roman. But how do you have Cody have his big moment on night 2 how do you have dissension in the ranks between Roman and The Rock if they're not going to beat Cody and Seth on night one? You're going to have Cody win both nights?
I
Like,
think
Jesus
no, I think
Christ,
they
we get it.
probably
You like Cody.
Bloodline has to win night one,
How do you do that?
but you have to maybe you have dissension that leads to a victory still. Like they get into a little fight. Solo grabs the two of them and says, fucking snap back in. I don't know how you do it, but I think you have Bloodline win night one because Cody's moment definitely feels not as big if he gets the win night one. Well, I don't know because I say that, but like Daniel Bryan's win didn't feel less me because he beat Triple H. So what if Cody just pinned The Rock night one and pins Roman night two?
What if he pins neither and the Bloodline goes over night one and then Roman retains night two? How do you
You
feel
had to
about
love
that?
The Rock's final line on SmackDown when he hit the "if you smell what the bloodline is cooking." That was pretty sweet.
It was until he threw up the L, and I noticed it right away. I was like, "This is not like." I guess like when I first saw it,
My first
I didn't.
instinct was that he was just making a mistake.
Yeah, me
My
too.
first instinct. But if he was making a mistake, I swear, I think one of the referees ringside would have been like, "Yo, Rock." Like they like to,
Yeah,
like half produce the show through the ref's earpieces.
yeah,
So I feel like he would have been like,
yes, I agree. I thought he was just doing it incorrectly, and then after the
just like an
fact,
old
I was
man
like,
move. Yeah.
"Wait a second." Yeah, because you like, there's just certain people in your life that you just trust to a fault, and you make excuses for them without them having to make excuses themselves. And I was like, "Well, no, The Rock is my bloodline brother. Why would he do this?" Like, it was clearly a mistake. And then you're thinking about it, and you're like, "Oh my god, he did that on purpose, son of a bitch."
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing it,
I
and
don't
I'm
like it.
interested to see what his explanation will be down the line because I feel like The Rock is the kind of guy who he's gonna repost this promo right after WrestleMania on his Instagram. He's gonna be like, "The signs were all there. You just had to look," or something. But what's the explanation gonna be for him going out there and like saying he's gonna smack the herpes off people's lips and calling them inbred trailer trash? Is he just like, "Sorry, I was trying to like get one over on my cuz. Had to do that to you."
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how he's gonna talk his way out of that one, but, I mean, you could look back in history, every time The Rock was a good guy that got booed, that is what turned him heel. Like,
Mhm.
there's never any outside force that turned The Rock heel. The fans always turn The Rock heel, except for that one time that he aligned himself with Vince and became corporate Rock, the corporate champ. That was the only time that he turned heel that it didn't stem from the fans just being like, you know what, good guy Rock, fuck you. Like that was his
Yeah.
three heel turns. Like the die Rocky die. It
Yep.
was Hollywood Rock when he first came back, and everyone was like, "Fuck you, we made you." And now it's like, yeah, like okay, you're the biggest star in the world, but we want Cody in the main event of WrestleMania, so fuck you. And he immediately turns heel. So I don't know. That is it's an interesting dynamic in the 3-decade storyline of The Rock's character that the fans have the power to just turn him, and it happens every time.
Let me ask you this. What match at WrestleMania excites you the most that doesn't involve The Rock, Roman, Cody, Seth? Is there a big marquee match that excites you? Like you're like, I can't wait for WrestleMania so we could see that. Because right now, obviously, we're still at the beginning of WrestleMania season.
Yeah.
There's not a ton jumping out at me. There's a couple good matches for sure, like great like matchups. The Usos matchup, which they've set up on Raw last night.
Mhm.
Rhea Becky, I'm sure will be great. But like there's not a standout marquee match that I could picture on the poster, and I'm like, that we need to see that match.
Yeah, no, there isn't. And I don't even know. Like, obviously, like I'm gonna be into it because it's bloodline related with like Jimmy and Jay. I just hope that that match has some sort of like twist or storyline development because I just them going at it one on one and having like a clean finish doesn't really do much for me.
I think they should go back and watch Cody versus Dustin Rhodes from AEW, where they got all fucking bloody and hugged at the end of the match. That's how to do a brother versus brother match. Or that
Yeah,
honestly, go back and watch Brett versus Owen from WrestleMania 10 and just recreate that match because that match is fucking awesome.
Yeah, watch
Just
Kane versus The Undertaker, and then they can set each other on fire at the end.
I was gonna say, take a couple. You remember when I actually didn't really like the match, but remember when Randy Orton versus Edge did like the greatest wrestling match ever, they called it,
Yeah,
and
it's
it was
just they
like
beat each other
filled
up in
with
a warehouse.
homages. Yeah, and they did
Yeah,
like homages to different matches.
yeah,
Maybe the Usos can do a much better version of that with homages to brother versus brother matchups in wrestling. That could be
yeah.
really cool.
Do you see any twist coming at the end of that, or it's just going to be obviously like Jay goes over and it is what it is?
I think Jay's gonna go over, and it's gonna be like they hug and cry at the end, and it'll turn Jimmy face and reunite the Usos. And that'll be maybe the first domino in the bloodline falling this year. Finally, last year I thought would be the fall of the bloodline, but like
They fucked us up
it,
so bad, Bob. They
if
really did.
Jimmy cries in the ring and hugs Jay after that match and says, "I'm sorry," and Roman and Solo are like, "What the fuck is happening?" And then Rock prevents Solo from interfering in the main event. Boom, bloodline is collapsed into only Solo and Roman once again. And there you go. There's your story for "I'm going to take everything from you," as Cody said.
Yeah. It's just that they fucked this up so bad because, like we mentioned before, they turned Jimmy into a stooge. So at no point, like like I get what they were doing last night. Like they had Jimmy cost Jay the Intercontinental title. Uh, They had him hit the splash twice. That's the first time Jimmy has looked like a threat in a year. Like
Yeah.
basically since the original like bloodline breakup, which we go back to last January, like when they kicked the shit
Mhm.
out of Kevin Owens at the Rumble, like that was the last time that Jimmy looked like a monster over a
Yeah.
year ago. So now like you're trying last minute to build Jimmy back up because you've been using him as a stooge for the last 6 months. But then like the
They got like
storyline,
2 months though. It's not necessarily too last minute. I think 2 months is an all right. Like
yeah,
if he
yeah,
just keeps fucking with Jay in the next 2 months, that's the thing. You got to stay consistent with it.
yeah. But in terms of like Jimmy being someone that it's no one thinks Jimmy is going over in this match.
Maybe that's what they'll do though. Maybe Jimmy will go over in this match, and the rematch at SummerSlam will be like Jay goes over. Maybe it's too obvious.
I don't know. I don't know. But to your
The first
question,
match has to be at Mania, I think, the first singles match, but like it doesn't have to be the last one. I think I don't want to say it will be the last one, but I do kind of see that scenario playing out. As I said, like I think they're gonna hug at the end of the match and have like an emotional moment. But maybe they won't. Maybe fucking Jimmy cheats to win, and that this is the next year worth of Uso content.
I don't know
But
because
how
you
do you
can't put
feel
it back
about Jay's
together.
thing, by the way? I like Jay as a single star. I know you're kind of so and so on him. How do you
No, no,
feel
no.
about
I
his
like
like
it.
his Eminem catchphrase when he's like, "Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Oos." Oh, like I think it's good on paper. The crowds are never on time with it. I don't know
No.
what it is. He does the whole thing, and it's like he finishes the sentence and looks at the camera, and everyone goes, "Oh fuck! Oh!"
Yeah. Yeah. He's trying. I mean, like, put it this way. He has like he's probably looking at The Rock being like, The Rock has a million catchphrases. Like, I can't like
True.
Jay right now has yeet. He has
Yeet.
like the fucking hands thing. He says, main event Jay is now in your city.
Yeah.
He's got like
And that
he's
gets a
got
pop every time.
yeah, like he's got a few things going for him right now. So he's probably just saying, like, how many things can I get to stick? So I can't blame him one bit.
What did you think of kind of wanted to get your perspective as a non-UFC fan. What did you think of Michael Chandler calling out Conor McGregor on Raw? Did you get a
I,
kick out of that? Or do you think it was lame? What'd you think?
I thought it was lame only because like it was obviously fake anger and rage, and then it was probably earlier that day, Monday, I think like at like lunchtime, I was just scrolling TikTok while I was eating lunch, and then I saw someone was interviewing Uncle Dana about Conor McGregor, and they were just like, "Is Conor McGregor ever gonna fight again?" And he was like, "I don't know, dude." Like he's like, like what's preventing him from fighting in the UFC again? He's like, "I don't know. He's fucking rich." Like
Yeah.
And he asked the reporter, he was like, if you had as much money as Conor McGregor had, would you be sitting right there asking me a question right now? And he's like, no. And he's like, okay, then. like
Yeah.
now picture getting in a cage and fighting for your life. Like, would you do that if you had enough money to not do that? Probably not.
Connor swears that he's coming back. And if he comes back, Chandler is the opponent for him.
Yeah.
I liked it, but I can understand not liking it. I just like the crossover. I'm like, yeah, I want to see UFC stars get involved in angles every now and then. I want to see them front row smack a guy, fucking. But the issue is that the UFC stars are never gonna like put a WWE guy over. I don't think.
It's just there is cross pollination between the audiences, but there's not at the same
There's
time.
not a lot. There's
Yeah.
really not a lot of it.
Yeah, like you're not gonna get a UFC guy that's not Conor McGregor show up at a WWE show and get like a huge pop for calling out whoever.
Yeah.
And then like when you have
Maybe
WWE
Nate
people at
Diaz.
UFC shows, yeah, I guess. But like if you have like a WWE guy at a UFC show, I don't expect them to get some like they're gonna be like, "Fuck, you're a fake fighting pussy." Like
Yeah.
it's just not. Yeah, it's kind of like having like older brother, younger brother, but like one's like the captain of the football team and the other one's like playing lacrosse. It's just
Dude,
like,
when Logan Paul showed up to the last MSG card with the US title, and I tweeted like a video or a picture of him arriving or whatever, and all of the replies from MMA fans were like, why would he bring that fucking fake belt to our real sport? Does he think he's fucking tough bringing that fake belt? And it's such a like being a fan of both, it's just like, oh, why don't you get it? How
yeah,
do you not get it? This is promotion. This is fucking kayfabe. How do you not understand? UFC, half the promos and call outs, and they're straight from WWE. Michael Chandler's call outs are like word for word Ric Flair promos that he fucking name replaces, and there you go. So yeah, there's a little bit of promo or like cross promotion between them. There's not a lot. There really isn't. But they are doing like ticket packages now. I know if you bought tickets to UFC 298 this weekend, you got like cheaper Raw tickets because they were in the
yeah,
same building.
that's pretty cool. Yeah, but you've been to
Good for people like me. Yeah.
you've seen the people that go to those events.
Oh, don't disparage the MMA fans. But I will
They've
say
got
this.
their tap out t-shirts and all
I
that.
don't think
Like
I've ever seen a fist fight in the crowd at a WWE show live. I mean, I know it's happened, but I don't think I've been at a WWE show and been like, oh shit, a fight in the crowd.
there's fights in the
Pretty
crowd
much
at
every
every
UFC show I go to. Yeah. There's a lot of fights in the crowd at UFC.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Especially the upper deck. If you're sitting in the upper deck, you better bring some padding. You better bring some mitts.
I don't know what it is about like fights that make other people want to fight.
It's
Like
the same thing as like when people see a Fast and the Furious movie and they go out to the parking lot and start revving their fucking Toyota Corolla, you know?
yeah.
Elimination Chamber. I wanted to quickly just shout out. We've got 4 matches set for the Elimination Chamber right now. The Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Damian Priest versus the New Catch Republic, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate for the tag team championships. The Women's Chamber is Becky, Bianca, Liv Morgan, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, Raquel Rodriguez, Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax. Hopefully, Rhea Ripley makes it out of that match safe and sound and can defend her title at WrestleMania. And then the men's chambers, Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, LA Knight, Kevin Owens, and Logan Paul. I think that men's chamber is fucking stacked. I think that match is going to be all in front of fucking 70,000 people in Perth. That match is going to blow the roof off the place. And it's also tough. I said you should main event with Rhea. I don't know that you can main event a show like that with Nia Jax. I think you
No.
probably got a main event with the men's chamber there.
Yeah, no way, dude. I think the Rhea Nia match is going to be third to last because they're gonna like it's gonna be like it's gonna be put in a good spot.
Maybe second to last. It might be second to last.
You don't think that they're gonna like give them a breather in between the men's?
I don't know. I hope that the Rhea Nia match is a fucking squash for Rhea. I hope it's like almost like a Lesnar Cena, like, oh my God. Like
Yeah,
she's unbeatable.
yeah. I don't know. Like just I've I've always tried to give Nia a fair shot because she's a friend of a friend and
Okay.
they speak highly of her as a person. So like I get it when you're trying to get heat, but it's like then you kind of just look at like I've never met her, I've never talked to her, but it's like I'm watching this as a wrestling fan And I've said this about other performers too, and it's like it's not that I don't like you because your heel work is good. I don't like you because you're not good at this.
Yeah.
It
It all
bothers
comes
me
off
because
as phony.
yeah, like I want to enjoy your work, but I can't because of like the number of performers that she's hurt. And then just, I don't know, like last night when she came out, I'm just like,
I know. That was my reaction to her. Music hits and I go, ugh.
yeah, you're just like, oh God, no.
Speaking of music hitting, though, I know we talked about this at the Royal Rumble podcast, but even last night watching Raw, there were a few moments where someone's music would hit and I was in another room or something. I would have to come into the room to know what
Who
performer
it
was
is.
coming out.
Yeah.
I don't know themes at this point, and I watch wrestling pretty consistently. I don't know their fucking themes. Everyone has
Yeah.
a different theme. I think Tiffany Stratton at some point, she came out, and even her theme, I was like, I know I've heard this 1,000 times, but I need to go look at the TV and see who's on my TV right now.
That whole segment was bad, I thought.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah, it was just like, I get what they were trying to do. Like they wanted like everyone's music to hit and then be like, oh no, and then now this person's coming out, and now this person's coming out. This is
Yeah.
they're gonna like
Now the whole chamber match is out here.
Yeah, it's like, all right, yeah, but I don't know. I wasn't into it.
Who's winning the women's chamber, by the way?
Becky.
Oh, Becky, duh.
Yeah.
But then we got Bailey and Io. All right, so we got those WrestleMania matches set.
Yeah.
Who's winning the men's chamber? Drew?
It's tough
Probably.
because like, what do you do with Randy then?
I don't know. I don't know
Like
what you do
Drew's
with Randy.
contract is up. They might as well just be like, you know what, fuck you, dude. If you're not gonna resign, then we got nothing for you.
Is Randy and Rollins like a
No,
a
we've
match that
seen
people
it.
want to see right now?
You've
Yeah.
already seen it at Mania.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
yeah.
fucking awesome.
It was WrestleMania 31. I was there.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Best RKO ever.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the story, like Drew, they need to throw Drew a bone here. You know, I feel like
I'd like to see a double pin or something. I'd like to see Drew and LA Knight in that match.
You hate LA Knight.
I love LA Knight.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would I hate No, I want LA Knight to be in the match with Seth. I think he should fucking.
I thought
he's
that you
worthy.
weren't. I thought that you weren't an LA Knight guy.
No, I'm an LA Knight guy for sure.
Okay.
LA Knight. Yeah. That's pretty much all I had. I mean, Cody and Drew had a great match on Raw last night. They fucking kicked off Raw with a banger.
Yeah, Cody lost. It was awesome.
Cody did lose. First time in a while he's lost like that.
Yep. Clean.
Clean in the center of the ring. Nothing dirty about it. Yeah.
Nothing. I didn't see shit. I texted you last night about the
ref
Jay versus Gunther match, and Jimmy is just banging the bell, but it's like, why would that stop the count? That's just a bad ref.
You know what though? Bell's
ref.
I think Bell's referees respond to them like dogs. Like it's crazy because even back in the day, the Undertaker's dong, it would be like 1, 2, dong.
Yeah,
and they would cut back to the ring and the referee's standing up. And I think they did that at Survivor Series. It wasn't
Sting?
Taker, but it was when Sting came out. Yeah. I think it was literally 1, 2, and then a fucking crow hit, and it's like squirrel, what?
Yeah.
Dogs don't know. Referees are just straight into dogs.
I think that there should be a suspension here. I think that there should be consequences. Like you're a professional here. You're a professional referee, and it's not just like any referee. Like you're in the WWE. This is the major leagues of professional wrestling, and you can't count the 3 because a bell went off.
Yeah.
Like if you know, so all right, so then I'm just gonna get front row tickets to WrestleMania night 2, and I'm gonna bring a bell with me. And it's like anytime that Cody goes to the pin, I'm just gonna bang the bell.
When you buy tickets, there's no laser pointers. That's because if you shine a laser pointer at the ref, he's just like, what? Like,
yeah. That was a wild era of professional wrestling.
The laser pointer era, yeah.
People
really, every Undertaker promo, you would see a little fucking laser all over his face.
Yeah,
really weird,
super weird.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, I had to call out that referee because it was infuriating that he was incapable of counting the 3. I mean, he had him beat. He didn't kick out.
Yeah,
like that was a 3. Jay should be the IC champ right now.
And Jimmy, kind of like a shit. He should have been like in the ring. He should have gotten in there to prevent it instead of just like, I hope this works. I'm gonna bang on a bell a bunch.
Right.
It did work.
Yeah. What if it didn't work?
bad
You'd look like
planning.
an idiot. Yeah. Then
Yeah,
you would
he's
be
just
ringing the
a bell
bell
for his brother.
to win the championship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have really fallen flat. People have been like, oh, you're just trying to set up a feud at
Are you
WrestleMania
his
by
friends
ringing the
again?
bell.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, no, when he wins the IC title, I want to ring the bell for him. It's like, okay, dude,
Yeah.
whatever. Sounds good.
That's all I have for From the Top Rope today. Anything else that we're forgetting? Oh, Punk came out at Raw last night after Raw.
Yeah.
Cody brought him out, and he cut a quick promo where he said, like, next time I'm in this ring, I'll be in my wrestling boots and place my wild.
Yeah, he said that
Punk was also at UFC this weekend.
Was he really?
Yep. I said Punk versus Zuck might be the fight to make. You know, Zuckerberg wants to have his first fight soon. He's recovering from a torn ACL. And I was like, Punk is recovering from an injury. Maybe at the same time they'll become healthy and Punk can get back in the octagon.
They should just fight injured.
One has one arm, one has one leg.
I think that's fair. Also, are you excited enough for Elimination Chamber to get up at 5 a.m. to watch it live?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah. I like an early card like that. Bro, I used to wake up to watch New Japan and like it's like a weird thing. I wake up, make myself a little waffle or something. Like I like shit like that.
What time are you gonna wake up?
Is it really at 5 a.m. though?
Yeah, dude.
No, it can't be 5 a.m.
5 a.m. They're in Australia.
That's the time the pay-per-view starts is 5 a.m. or is that the kickoff? Because I'd like to watch the whole pay-per-view. I think they're gonna lead the night off with the women's Elimination Chamber, if I had to guess, and I want to see that match.
It's 11:34 a.m.
Oh,
it's 11:34 a.m.
Right now it is.
Right now, it's 12:34 a.m. there. And it's Wednesday already.
All right, so say it's going to be 8 p.m. there. It's going to be what, 7 a.m. here? That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Did I do that math right? If I didn't, people are listening to this right now like, these fucking morons, get a real job.
What are they? 13 hours ahead of us? Is that what it is?
I think so, yeah. I'll never go to Australia though. Spider's too big.
Yeah, no, I don't do big spiders like that.
No, they got them all over Australia. Fuck that. Bro, 7 a.m. is not too bad. I'll wake up at 7.
They're 13 hours ahead of us.
Yeah. They see the future.
So then
this just broke your brain, or time zones breaking your brain right now?
No, I'm just because I had in my head that it was 5 a.m.
No, I think they're breaking your brain.
I had it in my head that this was starting at 5 a.m. Is it starting at 7 a.m.? Because that's much more doable.
I think 7 a.m. Yeah.
Let's see.
We could do that.
What time does Elimination Chamber start? Elimination Chamber is on February 24th. Audio. The main card starts at 9 p.m. local time or 5 a.m.
Oh. Wait, what?
That's what it says.
9 p.m. local time, but 5 a.m. here? That doesn't add up.
Bob, I'm just as confused as you are now. Like, what time?
If it's 9 p.m. local time, it's 8 a.m. here. And 5 p.m. on the West Coast?
No. When is WWE Elimination Chamber 2024? The Elimination Chamber is on February 24th. The main card starts at 9 p.m. local time or 5 a.m. Eastern. USA Eastern time, 4 a.m. pre-show start time. Main card start time, 5 a.m. Eastern.
Where are you reading that?
Sportingnews.com. That
worries me. I don't know sportingnews.com.
You don't know? You're not down with Sporting News?
It's not that I'm not down with them. I don't know them. So we just read something that says time zones, they're 13 hours ahead of us. And that's telling us they're way more than 13 hours ahead of us. Oh, but maybe, bro.
What?
Australia's got different time zones. That's what fucked us there. Perth is the different
Oh.
time. That's got to be what it is. Man, people listening to this must be screaming into their headphones right now like these fucking morons are trying to figure this out. Time zone's not our strong suit. Tell you that
No,
much.
no, never been a big time zone guy. I've only been in one for my whole life in terms of residency. But
Mhm.
yeah, looks like the pre-show is at 4 a.m. and the main
I won't be
card.
waking up for the pre-show. I'll probably wake
No,
up for the main card. Probably wake up for that.
you're
Or
gonna be
maybe I'll
up.
wake up like no, I want to. Yeah. I was gonna say maybe I'll wake up a little late and watch it on a delay, but I kind of want to be live tweeting the main event with everyone. So
Why can't you
I
just
said it on the
jump
podcast
in?
now. I gotta commit to it.
I think I'm probably
Because if I
gonna jump
jump in
in at
midway through,
7.
they're gonna show a replay of the first match where Becky wins and then spoilers and I'm a little OCD
You
with that.
already know.
Oh, you wouldn't know? Little road dog.
A little road dog for you guys.
Little road dog for you guys. All right.
Yeah.
That was from the top rope for
Wow.
today. The next time something big happens, Jared will hopefully be available for media.
Well, it sounds like it's gonna be after 5 a.m. in Perth.
Yeah. We'll see you then.
I'll be there.